I'm really sorry that I've not done a vlog in a while. I've been really poorly for the last 5 days. I did actually think it was COVID, but I never go anywhere, so I was a bit shocked, but it wasn't. So I just think it's been the flu. But anyway, so I've just been trying to get better. My husband's had to help me out with the mucking out and things like that because I've just been so unwell. But I thought I would answer the question on how I got back on the horse after breaking my back. I'm gonna have to, this is gonna be cut quite a lot because I've got a really sore throat and I keep having to cough, so I don't want to be coughing all the way through this. So in March 2020, the Friday the 13th, I was riding in my arena, and Arthur did develop spookiness. Whether this has got something to do with the kiss and spines or something like that, I've got no idea. You can read into these things, really. But anyway, he just developed a spookiness in my arena. And I did what everybody did, so I just kind of being firm. So this one time I got him in, and I left my other two in the field. He didn't like that, but I could just sense that there was something wrong. Sorry, that was my husband. But so anyway, things escalated that day, and this was the result.
Just like, don't move, Rach. Don't move. All right, Rach.
So I think he tried to get me off that day. Anyway, that was a hospital job, and I broke 4 transverse process bones in the lumbar region of my spine. So I think you've got 5, and I broke 4. So anyway, I was in a lot of pain. And I think I had to, it was like an 8-week recovery, I think, or a 6-week, but I didn't get back on the horse fully until 8 weeks. But I did sit on him straight away. So I'm not saying for anybody to, if they hurt themselves quite badly, to get back on. But for me, it was important that I just sat on him. So I didn't do anything. I literally just sat on him. So I brought him, I put him in the yard, made sure that the other 2 were around, that he was calm. And then, so this was like the next day, or it was a couple of days, I think. And my husband made sure to stay around me. I'll put a picture up of it. And I just sat on him. Just sat on him because I just thought to myself, I'll probably not sit on him again if I wait and I leave it for 8 weeks. So that for me was really important. And then I still tried to have a little bit of interaction with him. So I couldn't ride, but after a couple of weeks, I did a bit of in-hand schooling with him. So I just popped him over some of our fences, our cross-country fences, and he did really well with that, but it was just some interaction. I also spent quite a lot of time grooming him, and I also got the support of a friend who lunged him for me, and then Dave lunged him, like my husband lunged him for me, and we made a point of lunging him in the corner. And then when it was time for me to get back on, the first time I rode him was in the field. So it was in the first field where he's most comfortable. I did actually set up a grass arena because I was way too frightened to ride in my own arena. So I just basically did what I was most comfortable with. So I was too frightened to hack him out. I was too frightened to ride in my own arena. So I did a grass arena. And my husband was actually quite supportive. So I was too frightened to ride on my own, if I'm honest. So yeah, I used to ride on that grass arena. and that got me back into riding. I'm also quite a competitive person, and I was doing online dressage, and I was following a league, and I didn't want to miss out, so that kind of pushed me. So I suppose if you've got a goal, and if you're quite competitive like me, to have a goal is quite good for that. And also I wore my body protector, so my body protector for everything, and I've only just stopped wearing my body protector for flat work and for hacking. But yeah, so then I started trying to build up being in the arena. So I did actually, because I was too frightened, so I would lunge him. So I spent quite a long time actually lunging him in the corner to get him to a point where he was okay. But he was always still obsessed with the corner. So it's taken me like 2 years and he was still spooky at the corner. So I actually tried a bit of positive reinforcement training. So I think my husband laughed at me a little bit because I was letting Arthur eat the trees. So we've got grass down the side of our arena, and we've got a load of bushes. So as a last resort to get him used to this bloody corner, I let him eat. Anyway, it's completely transformed him in a week and a half. So now he's not frightened of the corner. It's great. I struggled for a year and a half. So positive reinforcement goes a long way. I'm not saying to like treat your horse all the time, but for Arthur it was great and it worked. But anyway, I made sure that I was comfortable with him on the ground first. So I got to a certain point with him lunging, and I made an effort to lunge nearly every day or every other day. Obviously he wasn't doing a significant amount, but when I was comfortable lunging him, then I would get on. And even if I got on for like 10-15 minutes, I think it's human nature to think about the big picture and then to panic, whereas you have to think in little baby steps. So even if I just walked on him and I stayed away from the corner, that's what I did. And then I just built it up from there, and hacking. I walked him out quite a few times in hand, and then I just walked him down the road and back a couple of times. I did actually ride out with someone, and she was very helpful. I used to come and meet me at mine, and then we kind of built it up where I would meet her. So that was really helpful, and I got to the point where I could actually just hack out on my own, which was really nice. So yeah, I would probably be in a different situation right now if it wasn't for the fact that I'm constantly on and off with Arthur. But so yeah, so I'm back to being petrified of riding out on my own again. I'm actually, just the other week, I actually started riding right into the corner of the arena, which I was really proud about because I haven't done that since I broke my back. So I'm actually riding in the corner now, and I'm not overly panicking. It's taken a long time. I probably do need some what's it called? Need to see like some kind of behaviourist or something like that, just to try and get me to think differently about this situation, because my husband can ride Arthur no bother, so I know that it's me, I know that it's not Arthur. I think what happened to me was just unlucky, because he wasn't happy that day and I ignored it. Another thing as well, so I got support from an instructor, so she was incredibly helpful. She helped me focus on the corner and focus on different things that I can do to occupy Arthur's brain, and just make me focus rather than worrying about the corner, and that was so helpful. That was extremely valuable. So that really did help. And then it's just a case of making yourself, pushing yourself to do things. So even if you do something every day, so even if you tack up and walk your horse down a lane for 15 minutes, do that. You don't have to go on a ride for an hour and a half. Even if you do something every day, it's better than nothing. Even if you just walk your horse out in hand, it's better than nothing. And it helps with your mindset. The minute you stop doing something or stop interacting with your horse when you're in a fragile state, like what I am, the quicker things escalate. I also did things that I was most comfortable with. So cross-country, going to a cross-country competition, just going to do some schooling. That's something that I really enjoy and I really focus on. So I did quite a few things like that with Arthur, and we had a lot of success in 2020. The hacking I still need to get to grips with. I just really get stressed out over the fact that he is a little bit spooky, whereas it really is nothing. Like, I've just put myself on TikTok and I see quite a lot of videos of people's horses, and oh my God, Arthur is nothing compared to some of the horses that I see. And like I say, my husband can hack him out on, you know, one-handed with the reins, and it's a case of I react to Arthur and then Arthur reacts to me, and then we spiral. Because I suppose he's looking to me to be the boss, right? I'm the brave one. That's what's meant to happen. So it's just getting myself out of that whole mindset. But I hope that's been helpful. It's just short and sweet because I think you can overthink these things, but I will put the key points on the side here that I would take away if you're in a similar situation to me where you've broken your back and you're too frightened to get back on again. Obviously the fact that it's Arthur's done it to me, it's just made it 10 times worse. But he's not a bad horse, and he has had some problems that he's had to deal with. So but groundwork is so invaluable. Positive reinforcement training is so valuable, and then just a bit of self-belief, I guess, and a bit of belief in your horse, which is difficult. It's very difficult, but spooks are generally spooks, and you don't generally fall off with spooks. So that's what I have to try and get into my head. Arthur's going really well anyway. He's just got a cough, which is getting to me a bit. I did actually tried to ride him today, which is Tuesday. No, it's Wednesday. And he was just really coughing. Like, sometimes he'll have a couple of coughs and then he'll be fine, but he didn't. So I just had to abandon ship. It's really frustrating because the last couple of days I've been wanting to ride, but I've just been too poorly to ride. But in general, he's fine. His back is fine. I've had his saddles rechecked and he's actually lost weight, but he's put on muscle. So I couldn't believe it. So my dressage saddle is being widened and it's on its way back to me. My jump saddle is fine and that just needed some flocking adjustments. But yeah, they're fab. So yeah, I'm obviously, he's... for the fact that he's putting on some muscle is great. Really happy with that. But yeah, no back pain, just keeping up with his stretches, keeping up with some pole work, and just lunging him in that corner, being consistent, trying to do something every day, whether it's in hand, whether it's his stretches, or whether it's lunging or riding, just a little bit of something, just interacting with him every day. Yeah, thanks.